Hey everyone, welcome back to Fruit in the Abide with Brittany. Today's video is just a quick update video regarding my recovery process so far with the sesamoid bone removal surgery. I am currently just a couple days shy of being a full month post-op, and I got my stitches taken out yesterday on August the 18th. So in this video, I will be just sharing some updates regarding my weight bearing status, my mobility levels right now, pain, stiffness, weakness, all those different kind of things that goes into recovery. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to cover is my post-op appointment or my experiences with that. I had my second post-op appointment yesterday on August 18th, 2020. And the primary reason for that appointment was to get my stitches taken out if everything looked good. So what happened was my foot was still bandaged. Up until that point, they took the bandage off and everything. They said the incision looked good and that it was ready for the stitches to come out. And so I'm going to insert a picture of what my foot looked like with the stitches in, and then I'm going to insert a picture of what it looked like after they took it out, which to my surprise it looks about the same. The stitches, I had about like 6 stitches I believe in my foot. It was a little painful, but thank God I listened to one of my friends who recommended that I take some kind of pain medicine before I go to the appointment. So that's what I did. I took 2 Tylenols before, I think an hour before my appointment. They used like little tweezers to take scissors and tweezers to take the stitches out. It was a bit painful because some of the stitches were a little bit stuck and they had to really pull to get the stitches out, but it's all over with now. It's good. I didn't shed a tear. It wasn't that painful, but you do feel like a pinching. So after the stitches were out, the doctor basically told me that I can begin normal walking. He wanted me to start walking into a shoe versus the boot, but I made a mistake and forgot my shoe and left my tennis shoe home. So what they did was they kind of like just bandaged my foot up to protect it from any germs that would come from the walking boot. And so that was that. But so yeah, he basically told me to follow up in 2 months and they didn't recommend physical therapy at this time. When I went in, I told them that I was still kind of relying on the crutches like a good amount. I put more weight on my foot than I was in the previous weeks, but I was still like partial weight bearing, like not really putting my full weight on that foot, really, because I was worried. I just didn't want to like pop a stitch or something. So I was using the crutches quite a bit, and so they basically told me like I don't need the crutches anymore, to try to wean off like the crutches, wean out the boot, and get into a shoe. So he basically told me what exercises to do and when to start them. So for example, he told me by the end of next week to try to do calf raises, or try to do calf raises. Is it calf raises? I'm not sure. I should know. But try to do some calf raises against the wall with both feet, and then kind of like gradually go to being on the one foot, then gradually do lunges. So he told me what exercises to do and when to start them, and said that I can do range of motion exercises, all those different type of things. I am able now to shower my foot completely. I don't have to wear like a plastic bag or anything, cover it up anymore, thank God. And and he told me to also put Vaseline or cocoa butter on the incision. And so I bought both. I bought both Vaseline and cocoa butter. I think I'm using like the Vaseline first and then transitioning to the cocoa butter. And so it was only by the grace of God. Like, so when they took the original bandage off my foot, the way that they been bandaging my foot was that they kind of spaced my big toe out in the second toe, so that my big toe would not grow inward. With this type of surgery, you are at risk for bunion formation. So in order to prevent bunion formation, they bandaged my foot so in a way that the big toe would kind of grow straight or not so much inward. So they put like a space in between when they bandaged it. But this time when they bandaged my foot to go home in, I noticed that they didn't have anything in between my big toe and the small toe. And so I remembered from like before I was about to actually like leave the office, that was God bringing to my attention of what the doctor said like in my other appointments, was that I need a spacer in between so that I won't get a possible risk for like bunion formation, so that everything can grow in the proper alignment. And so I went back and I asked him, and he basically said that yes, like you do need a spacer in between that space for at least the first couple of months to prevent bunion formation. And so thank God reminded me of that, because if I didn't remember, I would have kept just walking on it like without a spacer. Because yeah, so thank God that he reminded me to ask the doctor, and then he discussed with me what kind of spacers to get. And you can get them on Amazon. They're called bunion corrector spacers or toe spacers. And so I just ordered it off of Amazon yesterday and just waiting for it to come. So until then, I've been kind of like not trying to bear full weight on my foot, just because I know that spacer needs to be there for protection and for my foot to heal in the proper alignment that it's supposed to heal. So that is another thing that you want to kind of watch out for when you get this type of surgery. So when I left the doctor's office, I was still kind of like relying on the crutches and everything. And when they took the stitches out, it was still sensitive when I put my foot down. So yeah. And so to be like completely transparent, and this is just like a sidebar, like I have trust issues with doctors because of my experiences with doctors like in the past, and just like, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail with it, but I definitely have trust issues with doctors in general. Not saying that the surgeon who did my surgery what was bad or anything like that, but I don't know, y'all, like I just be like a little bit skeptical, because I feel like sometimes some doctors, I'm not saying all doctors, kind of have like a cookie cutter, it's like a cookie cutter mindset. So it's like they kind of have a timeline, I guess, according to, you know, research and everything like that, and then it kind of make things a little bit cookie cutter versus like tailoring it specifically to that patient. And so that's just like my whole kind of attitude of just dealing with doctors in general, because of my experiences in the past. And it's like not really taking the time to tailor specifically to your needs and everything like that. And yeah, so I've been praying, asking God to help me with this. And maybe I'm putting too much, like, well, not putting all, I need to put all my faith into God, and knowing that he is the one who works through the doctor. because when you don't trust the doctor or when you have trust issues, you're skeptical. And so when you're skeptical, you don't do exactly as they say because you don't trust them. And so that's a problem. That's a problem. Sometimes it's a problem because you probably can hurt yourself not doing your own thing versus doing what they tell you to do because you don't trust them. But sometimes it's not a problem because you have to listen to your body. Your body is different. It's not cookie cutter. It's not the same as everyone else's. So yeah, it's all about like kind of like a balance and having wisdom and discernment. So I've been praying to God and asking Him for wisdom and discernment regarding these doctors and just regarding anybody really. And so I feel like God taught me a lesson through that, is that how often do I do that with God? How often, if I don't trust Him, then I'm not going to obey Him fully. I'm not going to do exactly what He say, because if I don't trust Him, I'll try to do things in my own way. So when we don't trust God, we try to do things in our own way. And I'm not comparing God to like the doctors or anything like that, but He is the physician. He is the great physician. So he knows perfectly what you need. And so even when things might go against our knowledge or what we think is best, it's important to always trust what He's saying, what He's telling you to do. But when it's that lack of trust there, it kind of hinder you from really doing fully or obeying fully. Just like if it's a trust issue with the doctors, then it hinders me from obeying fully what they telling me to do. So that's just like a little sidebar, side message. But when I left the doctor's office, I was on both crutches. So I was trying to adhere to what the doctor was telling me, listen to what he was telling me, but yet kind of still listening to how much I can tolerate and what my body can specifically handle. And so when I got home, I graded down to one crutch. So I'm currently mostly on one crutch. I'm still not walking normally without anything. And what I've noticed, and I might be going a little bit like off the list of how I got things laid out, but what I've noticed is now that the stitches are out and I'm able to move my toes, I'm able to do range of motion and bear more weight. Now that the stitches are out, I noticed that there is a significant amount of stiffness in my toes. So it's a good amount of stiffness. It could be because of just some swelling at the top of my foot. There is some weakness in my calf muscle. So the more weight that I bear on that foot, that muscle is weak. My calf muscle is weak, and if you see like a side-by-side comparison of both my legs, you will see like the muscle beginning to like atrophy. Because when you think about it, I've been in the boot for 8 months. I've been in the boot 8 months, and I've been walking in the boot for 8 months. A couple of weeks I was non-weight bearing because they was going to see if that would work, but it was unsuccessful. And then I go to have surgery, and then I'm kind of off my feet for another couple weeks. And so the muscles in that leg is really weak. And so I know the more that I bear weight on it, the more stronger and everything it will get. But as of right now, when I bear too much weight on it, I can feel like my calf muscle almost about to get like a Charlie horse, because it's so weak. And so that's just another thing that I'm experiencing right now. My toes, the second to fifth toe, I can move them pretty okay. The big toe, y'all, is like a little hard to move. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys to give you a real life where I'm at right now. I got the bandage on it just to again protect my foot from the germ of the boot, because I'm currently not in a tennis shoe yet right here at this moment. Maybe in a couple of days I will be there, but as of right now that's not where I'm at. So I have it wrapped, but I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. Can't really see, but as you can, I think you can see it, I'm not sure. But okay, so I'm gonna try to move. I got that, like, I got something in between my toe, because like I told you about the spacer, it is not a real spacer. I just kind of rolled up some paper to put it in between, just until I get my real spacer. But currently I'm gonna see if I can I'm gonna put this down so you can see. But this is where I'm at with moving my toes, my other toes. And so it's not too bad actually. I think the more I do it, the more mobility I will get in it. And then with my big toe, it's like right now I have to think about moving my big toe. As you can see, it's like really stiff. Like I'm moving it, if you can see that a bit. Let me see if I can take the space out. And it's like I gotta think about it. Like, so that's where I'm at right now. It's pretty stiff, but so that's basically where I'm at right now. Like I said, a couple of days shy from a month post-op, and I have been in the boot for like almost 4 weeks. So there's expected to be some stiffness, some loss of range of motion there, some weakness, and all those kind of things like that. So I'm staying hopeful. Yesterday I was a little bit discouraged because like I think I said in one of my old videos, not old but previous videos, I was starting to have pain in my left foot, and last night it was like a good amount of pain, and so I was just discouraged, because I'm like, oh goodness, like Lord, I don't know if I can go through that whole process again with the left foot and everything. Just really thinking negative and being down and everything, and it's other stuff going on, just in general. So, but you know what, God is so good. I told him how I felt. Like yesterday was like a little bit of an off day for me, and yeah, but God is so gracious, and I'm gonna do a separate video about what he revealed to me, just so I can stay on topic of this video. But yeah, God is good, and he will encourage you, and at the end of the day we have a choice to be discouraged. And so yeah, but to keep going for the purpose of this video, I know I'm all over the place, but so that's where I'm at right now. I'm able to move my ankle, flex it, extend it, but still when I extend it, I almost get like a Charlie horse. The calf muscle is pretty weak. I'm able to move my ankle pretty good. And then again, let me just show you guys, because I'm saying it. So I don't know if you can see it. I'm able to move my ankle pretty good, thank God. I'm able to flex it. I guess that's flexing. It said dorsiflexion, I don't know. And then now kind of going this way, or as if you was going to point your toes, that's a little bit difficult. And that's when, I don't know if you can see it, that's as far as I can go right now. Yeah, but it's coming along. Yesterday I was just discouraged, but when I think about it today, it's actually not that bad. I was just being dramatic, but and I think in the next couple days I won't need the crutches, or it might be sooner, who knows. God can work miracles. But yeah, that's where I'm at mobility wise. I'm getting around a little bit better. The pain now, even when I bear weight on my foot, the pain is not that bad. It's not that bad. It's more of like you can feel the stiffness. It's uncomfortable. And I don't have like the full range of motion and movement in my foot yet. So I think the swelling also, that's what makes it difficult, and that's what makes it uncomfortable, because my leg muscles and stuff are weak. And so that's the gist of that. But pain wise, when I'm rested, I really don't really have any pain. It'll be little spurts of pain here or there, but rested, I can't really say that I have any much pain. If I had to rate it, I would rate it probably like a 1 or 2. And everybody pain tolerance is different. Bearing weight on my foot, if I try to bear like the full weight, I would say right now is at like a 5 maybe, or at the 6 a most in at the 6 the most in the boot. The most pain I be experiencing, usually, like, even if I am at rest, I wanted to add in there is like during the day, if I got my foot propped up and I'm just resting, I really don't feel any pain. Like I said, probably like a 1 or 2. But at night, I don't know what it is. Like at night, I feel pain, and it's mostly across like the forefoot. It's sometimes across where the incision is, but mostly like the forefoot, like where my, almost like where my um what's like third and fourth toes, like around there. Last night that was kind of like painful, and I think because also I was like wiggling my toes more, like trying to get more mobility in my toes. So I just wanted to add it in there that the pain at night, I would say, is about like rested. Last night it was probably like maybe like a 4 or 5. And I'm still not on any pain medications. The most I'm taking is Tylenol or ibuprofen, which I'm running out of those. I probably got like 4 ibuprofens left, so I kind of spare those out. I feel like the Tylenol is more fast acting. The Tylenol work a little bit better for me, but yeah, I'm still not on any like painkillers or anything like that. So the pain is bearable. It's not excruciating. So I just wanted to add that in there. And then I will update you guys on just how everything is going once I transition into the shoe, and once I'm like fully not using a crutch anymore, right? Because I don't want to rely on a crutch. But it's all in progress, and I can either make a choice. I can either be discouraged that I can't move my toes, I don't have full range of motion in my toes. I could be discouraged that I'm not walking as normal. I could be discouraged that there's pain in both of my feet. I could be discouraged about all those things, or I can be grateful that God has blessed me with both feet, and that I am able to move around better than I was when I got, from the day that I got the surgery, and that I have my feet and I can move. So it's all about like perception and what we focus on. And if I focus on like the good thing, if I focus on like the progress, like a week ago I couldn't even wiggle my toes and everything. So that is um you know just God has been really working on me with my focus, and staying focused on him, and really like having faith when you can't see or feel what you're hoping for. And so yes, that's all I have for you guys today. I will be doing update videos because I took physical therapy before I had my surgery, so I plan to incorporate just all those exercises and everything that they taught me into, plus what the doctor told me, and trying to come up with like a plan. My next post-op is not until 2 months away, so and they didn't recommend physical therapy for me. I guess they want to see how I do first. So I'm really going to try to come up with a plan, and like an exercise plan, and just gradually like getting back into it. And so, I mean, I'm an occupational therapist, but it's so much different like when you make goals and plans and stuff for yourself. Like, But yeah, and so I plan to share all that, like whatever helps me. Hopefully, it'll help you. So I plan to share just the different things that I'm doing, that if it's helpful or if it's not helpful. So yes, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below, or email. I can leave my email in the description box. Um, yes, but I'm gonna end the video right here. I'll be back with another update. Um, yeah, when I'm in a when I'm weaned off the crutches in a boot. But yes, I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay blessed. Bye.